Hello, ravishing victims. Myron here. I'm back with another book cover, audio book cover. This one, it's The Silver Kiss. There we go. I'm a sucker for vampire stories. I love vampire stories, but so obviously this one's about vampires, and it's by Annette Curtis Klaus. It was narrated by Alion. So, this story is about a kid named Simon who goes about, for 300 years. Typical vampire story. This story is more like a lifelong revenge type story. And Zoe is just your typical teenage girl who's going like, oh god, I'm losing people. She's losing her mother to cancer, which that's understandable why someone would be like, oh my god, I'm losing everybody. But also she's kind of like losing touch with her friends and stuff like that, and also she kind of feels like she's losing her father as well. Again, because mother has cancer. So she feels lost, and luckily so does Simon, but Simon has lost everybody he's cared about. And reason being is because his brother killed his mother. Tough, yeah. And his brother's like his brother was turned to a vampire by a guest that their father let into the house. And so he's still a child. He's frozen as a child. And so and kills his mama, going like, hey, I gave her a choice. Turn to vampire or, And in his eyes, she didn't love him anymore because of the fact that, yeah, he was a vampire. And she was shocked more than anything. So he kills her. And then years later, when Simon lives in London, he gets drunk, pissed drunk one night, and then he's brought over to this house in the fog by Christopher, who he doesn't know his brother is leading him there. Doesn't even know it's his brother. So they go into the house. He's passed out for a few days and doesn't realize he's being fed on until he breaks out of his crazy dreams. And then Christopher, still posing as the, seventh boy, and he goes over and is like, hey, I got a plan to get us out of here. And then turns him into a vampire. That way, the guy who was feeding on him can't feed on him anymore, and so he can help Christopher escape. But after that happens, after he kills the big guy, and Christopher then traps Simon there, and then years later, we don't know how he escaped. So years later, Simon's tracking him throughout different places and finally gets close enough to kill him, but then being a little kids are always tricksy. They're very, very tricksy people, and to be stuck in a childlike state for so long, you get more craftier and craftier and craftier over the years. And you don't have the sensibility of humanity or anything like that. You're just going like, hey, it's not fun and games. So, yeah. Anyway, Simon then starts falling for Zoe. Zoe starts falling for Simon, and Zoe agrees to help Simon kill Christopher after hearing the tale. And it's just basically a revenge plot. They kill Christopher by they push him into a pit. I won't explain the how because it's an interesting story, and it's a good read. I give it 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 because it was good. It was just a little too mushy for me. I got used to love stories so much to where eventually you're just like, it's a little bit too mushy. And honestly, it kind of felt like Christopher's death was rushed a little bit, because they had one chapter on planning it, another chapter on them leading him to his death place, and another chapter on them killing him. Well, there were 15 chapters, so I understand that it, how to be done. 15 chapters. I mean, you want to keep a book kind of small, but I was looking for a little bit more plot. Anyway, this genre is kind of like a love story / slight chick flick / slight adventure. Like, the adventure part is mainly in the flashbacks and in the extra story ending. If you read it with the extra story ending, which is the Christmas cat, that part completely threw me for a loop. I was like, oh my god, there's a Christmas kitty. I did not see that coming. Like, I thought it was just gonna be, oh, she receives a cat on Christmas, and then she calls it Simon because it's a boy cat. No. It's complete opposite. The Christmas cat kind of takes place a couple years after the events that happened in Silver Kiss, and her mother's no longer around. Her mother died of cancer on Christmas Eve. Tough break. Oh my god. I feel bad for her on that one. Like, to lose your mother on Christmas Eve, ooh, that's gotta be a tough blow for anybody who absolutely loves that holiday. Just, plus it's your mother. It's like, your mama. You could predict what was gonna happen most of the time. I'll just say that. Sorry, the glare's not working for me. The glare's not working for me. I'll do this blind. So, yeah, but it was kind of like a tale that you're just like, I can see stuff coming a mile away. It's a good story, but I would have liked to see more. I would have liked to kind of have more story to go on. I don't know. But then again, I'm a big fan of story, so who am I to judge? There's this end part where Simon dies. Spoiler alert. Actually, this entire thing is a spoiler. It's a review. The way that Simon goes, though, for you anime fans out there, there's a specific anime out there that it's like these two characters, they meet on a bridge, and then like when one of their tasks is done, that one kind of fades away. Yeah, like it just fades away out of the person's arms, and it's just like, oh god, that's so rough. And that's exactly what happened with Zoe and Simon. Simon like embraced his fate. He embraced he embraced death, and even though he was scared, and when he was in the sun, he didn't burn, but he faded away. It was just like, the only thing you could think about was that one anime scene. It was nuts. I was just, oh. So if they were ever to turn this into a film, whether it be animated or it be real life, I believe like that would be good for the Try Not to Cry challenge, honestly, because it's like they're fading away right in front of you, like one of your closest people, like the person that you're in love with. Like, imagine if like your boyfriend or girlfriend like embraced death in front of you and died, but like faded away. It's rough. It's nuts. It's so heart-wrenching, but at the same time it's beautiful. Unless they weren't supposed to die. Anyway. But it's just, oh, it hits home for me. So. Anyway, I'm gonna put my glasses back on because I'm now done being blind. Anyway. So that is my review of the Silver Kiss. And if you want to check it out, you can check it out at your local store. I did the audiobook version. If you find the hardcover or paperback cover version of it, just let me know down in the comments below. And if you read it or have read it before, let me know what you thought about it down below. Anyway, I will see you guys in a later video. Have a nice day. Bye.